Welcome, welcome. Welcome once again to EOB Salon Talk. EOB Salon Talk is much more than salon talk. It's about conversation that actually happens in the salon. Marriages, relationships, finances, politics, just to name a few. Let's talk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome once again to EOB Salon Talk. Tonight's guest is actually real special to us. He's family. He's actually a returning guest. Cito Blanko, correct?
Yeah, Cito Blanko, man. Bad like I never left, man. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be back.
Yeah.
In the right frequency.
Right frequency, right?
Yeah.
Before we go on, though, I want to tell you that today's show is sponsored by NRG. And tonight's guest, NRG, is great for mental clarity and it gives you a lot of energy. I sure take that before I work out every morning.
Okay.
I take that and throughout my day just to make me, start my day out right. And with what I'm hearing about you, I'm sure you'll be needing some NRG. So check the link in my bio and go get yours, all right?
No, I like that. And with the slang, like the NRG.
Energy.
Energy. You know what I'm saying? Everything up. Now I gotta tap in. I think it's important, especially say you start your day with it. I'm learning more now, like habits. How you start your day means a lot. So I gotta tap in.
So I meditate and I try to go work out. Okay. And so I've been trying to go work out. So what happened is when I take the NRG, I have so much energy that I end up going to work out. Yeah. Sometimes I don't make it to the gym, but I walk, I'll do squats, but you gotta move. Movement is positive, is great for everybody. So that's what I've been doing.
Which is important. Just body movement and begin your blood flowing. It's just good for a lot of things. Mental health, your body. I'm just releasing certain stress within your muscles. It's a lot. It's good. It's really good.
So, Cito, I'm so happy for you to be back. Last time we were here, here, you had a book. I read your book of poetry. You had some stuff going on. I want you to tell my audience. So what's been going on with you? What's been new? What's been fresh? What's been going on? Because I've been hearing about world tour and stuff. What's been going on?
I wouldn't say world tour, but we've been hitting a couple cities. I would say like after I was doing the editing the vlog the other day, and I realized I might have been on the road for about a year.
Oh wow!
Not nonstop, but back and forth. Just came off a 20-city poetry tour, which was amazing. Had a lot of different cities, met a lot of great people, and just the connections and the vibes was just amazing. Especially to connect to like melanated people with that type of energy, I think was beautiful, 100% beautiful. And that's what's inspired me. I've been doing tours with my friends. Muggsy McFly, who's been a guest on here as well.
Yeah,
J-Tip family, J-Tips, Noel Bronson, JJ Grant. And that was good as well. I'm just doing the pop-ups with different merchandise and whatnot. So since the book dropped, I dropped the merch line.
Okay, wait. You're going too fast. Slow down. Slow it down. I don't want to miss it. Yeah. So since the book dropped, so you're just like... Since the book dropped, you drop a merch line, and you're just trying to just pass that. So let's go there. What kind of merchandise?
Well, I sell t-shirts and hoodies. I have a line right now. It's called where I'm heavy on like we spoke in the first interview of just like the education and food and knowledge.
Yes.
I feel like the world is starving right now. One of my favorite quotes is your belly full, but you're still hungry.
So that's one of the things I normally ask, right? So since you would tell me what your favorite quote is, I'm going to switch it up when I go to ask that question. And I'm glad you said that because I don't think my audience that have not seen you on the first episode, first season, explain to them exactly what you do. Because I feel like what you do is so needed in today's society. We have a lot of rap artists, we have a lot of singers, but what you do is so important. So tell us about what you do.
In layman's terms, my name is Cito Blanko, and I feel like I preach to the people, and I speak, and I feed the psyche and the knowledge and the subconscious of the things that we tend not to connect to all the time. Right now, I really feel like we still are in a matrix. We're in a society that puts us and we just do the same thing over and over and over. And I feel like my job is to wake up the people, their subconscious, but doing it in a way where it's not just lecturing or it's cookie cutter. It's like,
meeting the people where they are.
Yeah. To me, I feel like, you gotta like, some people preach in the church, some people preach in the streets, and some people preach next to the sinners.
So I'm going to ask you this a couple times. So can you give us a quick little thing on what you do? Because I think some people really still don't get it. So can
the irony is, it's funny because I'm looking here and as I have the, well, as do say, with the Henny in my cup and the sea moss, I'm writing something right now that has that. It's like sea moss battling the Henny in my system. Ain't no telling to come and clean. Don't gleam at the time of the piece. Study the flick in the wrist. Then listen while the water rips. Meditating to the Holy Trinity aligns, mind, soul, and grind. Gotta start taking care of my body because my immune system's starting to decline. So I'm 30 and retiring all the curry. Go is the mission. Like, it's just a space of, like, understanding, like,
that
what
was
does
dope.
that look like?
Sea moss for you.
Yeah,
you know why?
Man.
You just said everything that is aligning with what I'm about to do right now, what I'm doing. So I'm on a mind, body, health, my health matters challenge.
Yes.
We're about to do a 15-day challenge. And what I like with what you said was your health matters, right?
Yes.
And you said that without even knowing what I do and what I'm doing, right? And you talk about the sea moss, and people don't understand like how beneficial it is to take care of your body. Yes. Yes, you could drink your Henny or your Douce or what was the other one? Or eat your curry gold or your castle, but you're having your sea moss, so to counteract, and you have it. I like that.
You have to balance it out. I think it's essential. Like as life goes on, you start to realize that like we're not. As life goes on, you start to realize that like, we're not invincible. Like our bodies, like, and it's like our mind, body, and soul are different entities. And just certain things going on in my personal life has shown me more of how powerful the flesh can be against the spirit and the mind when you don't take care of the flesh.
There you go.
So your temple is so important. So
temple is important.
As I say my temple is important, but it's balanced.
It's balanced. It's only balanced because that's why, you know, and you said the first thing, I meditate, you know, so that's what I do. Like if you look at the link in my bio and you see the products and you go through it, it's all about balancing your life. Yeah. It's all about meditation. It's about exercising. It's about eating right. Nobody's saying not to eat certain things or you got to be size 2. Sure. But it's a mental thing. It's about starting your health from your mental.
Yeah, your mind is your meds. I think I was watching.
Your mind is your meds. Say that again.
Your mind is your meds. That's
I like that.
It's the truth because it all starts with your mind.
Can I steal that one?
You can,
Is this carrot? Can you put it on a t-shirt?
Put it on. I got you. Just cover the cost of the print. You got it. Profit. No, your mind is your meds in the sense that what goes into your mind is what you project into your life. So your life is only a reflection of you. What we eat, what you watch, what you listen to is all a reflection of you. True. So it's be important of what you put in your mind. And
that's what I like about what you do. Your poetry is so. Is it called poetry or is it still poetry?
It's poetry. It's like right now. There's poetry and there's spoken word.
Spoken word.
I feel like I'm a spoken word artist because majority of what I do is from a performance standpoint, and I allow my audio, my vocal cords to speak more than I write. But technically, I have to write in order to speak. So I do both. But I'll say I'm mostly more of a spoken word artist because I project with my voice.
I like that you use that vocal though to be instrumental and positive because it could have been negative. But when I listen to you, even with your first book, that do you have a second one coming?
Yes, I got a lot of projects. I've been essential with working on like iTunes and audio things, so I want things to be where you can play it and listen.
Well, that's good. But with your first book for me that I read, Cito, I love that book because I went back. Like I have about 2 or 3 that I go back to. Or I'll take a picture of, and you'll see me post something from it. It's, from your book, and I apologize if I didn't give you credit for one of them, but...
Honestly, as long as the message, like, when the food is out there, as long as somebody's eating, I'm happy.
Yeah.
As long as somebody's getting that knowledge they need to wake up from the matrix, I'm fine.
And we should always give credit where credit is due and where it comes from. We should elevate.
Yeah, but I'm also happy because as an artist, when your intention is to do something and the people subconsciously do that, that means that it worked. I didn't want people to just read my book and then put it down. I wanted people to live with it. I wanted, as time goes on, I like to say that I put a carrot at different parts of the rabbit hole. So as you grow and evolve, you'll get something else from the book as time goes on. That's why I didn't want it to be extremely lengthy, but I wanted to project so many different things on different layers so you can keep revisiting it in different times. So
I know you say that you're not actually physically writing a book, but I'm requesting a written book. Me and my podcast,
It's gonna. I'll say the end of 2022. I'll have one. It's just understanding my creative process is that I realized that art is so spiritual that I had to recharge. Right now, I feel like the chapter of my life, I realized I was burnt out. It was just a lot, like between the tours and the cities and then just writing, and you realize that art has to come from a place, especially when it's genuine. So you can't write about the people if you're not around the people, eating with the people, being with the people. So many times our artists that we love, we start to lose their air, because they're in hotel rooms and they're in different cities and they're in places where their life doesn't relate anymore. And now I got in the hotel room and I'm getting the room service and I'm in different cities every day, I realize where the disconnect comes from. So now I'm being more attentive to where my words come from and where it stems from, instead of just speaking a lifestyle that some people may not relate to, but understand the balance between both.
So why did you choose to do spoken word or poetry? However, it's spoken word. Why did you choose to do that as opposed to you could have put it on an album and rap it?
Honestly,
why did you choose to present your art in that fashion?
What's the song? Many a pick, few are chosen.
It was chosen.
Yeah,
for you.
I feel like it was chosen for me. It wasn't. To this day, there's times I get around my friends and I'm like, yo, I laugh. Like, how is this me? Like, I never thought this would be me. But 9 times out of 10, that's the blessings and the way that like it works. Like they prepare you for your blessing, but they're not going to tell you that. So if it is, honestly, we'll probably self-sabotage. So it's kind of like the placebo pill for my entire life is to prepare me for this. And my job is just to keep on trusting the process and execute and wake up God's children.
I was going to ask you why, and what's your why, and what motivates you. I'm still going to ask it, even though I think you said it a little bit. But where did this motivation come from? So, for you to just keep going. I mean, I'm sure there are times, even in the pandemic, that you wanted to stay home, throw in the towels and lay down. But what keeps you going? Like, what motivates you?
At one point in time, what motivated me was the chip on the shoulder. I felt like I was like every young black kid in the hood, like, yo, I'm gonna buy my mom my house when I signed an NFL or NBA contract. And when that didn't work out, I kind of got into a depression. So once I got out of that, I realized that there's a lot more to life. And at one point in time, I said it was a chip on the shoulder to prove, like, yo, I'm out here, like, I'm doing something, like, watch me, like, I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. But I don't say I'm like that no more. At one point in time, it was my chip on the shoulder. Now I think it's more a pat on the back. For the people that sacrificed and believed in me, and just the work that's being done, I think that's what I look at and say, no, like, I keep on going. But it is tough. It's tough to keep on going, but I've realized that when you're just a vessel, your job is to show up, listen, and be a vessel. Just keep your temple prepared to keep on hearing the message. And if you keep on doing that, it'll be easier than if you trying to create. So you document, don't create. Document what's going on, your trials and tribulations in it. And if you give the world that gift, then the world will give you everything that you need. And that's the balance I see in everything. All artists or people just give the world the gift, and the world will give you everything that you need. Because artists just remind people that they're human. And they have feelings and they have emotions and they don't know how to articulate it or understand it. But we understand that. And we give them the soundtrack to their life, and they reward us for it.
So, with that being said, I see where your motivation is coming from. I see where your motivation is coming from. But why didn't you say, I'm going to take an easier road? Because I know, because we've had this conversation before. So I know the road you're taking here is not easy, or was never easy. It was never handed to you. It's something you worked for. It's something you grind for. I remember, I think the first time I ran into you out of state. I think it was an NBA event or somewhere, but I ran into you out of state, and
it was an All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
And you were doing a pop-up store, and I'm like, and I realized you were related to, and I'm like, wow. And then we start talking then. And what I see with you, like I've seen a couple things you've been doing, and what I see with you is the growth.
Thank you.
Not only the consistency, but the growth. I like that when I've interviewed guests, I could interview this guest, that guest, but I follow you. And what I like that I could see is that growth. right? Now you're doing world tours.
Thank you for manifesting that. I ain't get a passport stamp yet, but it's on the way. It's on the way.
But you're doing it. You're out there. You're grinding. You're doing it. And I know the path wasn't easy. Why not say? And this is for my young people listening. You know, if you're into something and you're doing something and you're looking and say, well, you know what, this is hard. I'm going to quit. How can we motivate ourselves to keep going? How do you motivate yourself?
I'll say there's two things. I'm rereading a book right now. Where I think it's the 50th Law of Power, and in it, it just talks about how running away from things that are difficult will always haunt you, because the things that are most difficult in life will give you the best lessons in life. And
say that again. You just in case they missed that, because I like that one. Say that one again.
Running away from the difficult things in life it will never serve you. When you do the most difficult things in life, you get the best lessons out of that, and that opens you to a different world. But also, just analyzing what's hard or what's difficult. Like when you understand the process, you can take anything step by step. You look at it differently. I have a quote that's in my book that says, "Don't stay at the destination because the ETA is going to scare you away."
Hey.
If I knew how many steps, how many open mics, how many poems, how many sleepless nights, how much editing, what it took to get here, and I still haven't done what I wanted to do yet, and I feel like I'm still getting started, I probably would have gave up. But when you just look at the next step, just the next word, the next poem, the next show, but be present in those moments and understand that you're learning and you're grinding in that and who you're becoming in that, then you love the process. And the essence of that is what you carry with the rest of your life. So whatever value they give you that they deem they can take away will not be your food. Your food is who you are, is who you turned yourself into, and everything people sacrifice to put you in a position to show that to the world. And when I walk in that space and live in that space, I naturally make my family proud. My art has integrity, and naturally I give my gifts to the world, and the world rewards me with resources.
And I like that you kept it with that integrity, and you keep improving on it. I absolutely like that. So we've been digging into what makes you and what. But let me just ask you a fun question.
Yeah.
Right. It's a fun. Yeah. Let's take a second.
I like fun questions.
Okay, so what is your favorite hairstyle back in the day's hairstyle?
My favorite hairstyle back in the day, hands down, gotta be the Bobby Brown Gumby fade, man, with the slanted, with the ski, man. My son like every little step I take, hey. That was the vibes. I'll say that. Between that and the not the Coming to America Jerry Curl, but more like the Eazy-E. Not the Let Your Soul, not the Soul Glow, but like the, you know what I'm saying, the Eazy-E slick back with the NWA, like, you know what I'm saying, with the cruising in the front with my 6'4", you know what I'm saying, that?
Those are
I
see. Yeah. But I like that you have the beard going on now, though. Is that is a new thing? That's what you would say?
I would say, honestly, like, I feel like a belly and a beard goes hand in hand. I feel like it's a natural vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Belly and a beard.
Yeah, I ain't saying that you're gonna get what you want, but you know, belly and a beard.
Belly and a beard go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
Well, listen, there's some hair care stuff we have going on for the beard. I'm gonna let you know about that. I may bring you on
for it
as a model so we could try it when my girl come on with her beard.
I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get
to it. You know, the beard thing is a big thing now. Because we shampoo the beard, color the beard, massage the beard, groom the beard, just as much as we do the hair up here, right?
Okay, I ain't mad.
So it's a whole process, honey. Because you got to keep that beard shiny.
I've learned that. I've learned that. I've seen girls just kind of just be like, yo, like, you got a beard, so you're in the game. I'm like, dang, like, okay. So I was like, okay, it goes a long way. It goes a long, long way. So, no, but I'm going to tap in with that because it's good. You have to groom. I think cleanliness is next to godliness.
It's next to godliness.
Yeah, so you gotta make sure you keep those things upkept.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So how do you like to have your girls' hair? Okay, do you like the weave or no weave?
You said girls.
Short,
you said
long.
girl.
Listen, I'm not judging. Listen, or I should say you're female. I'm not judging. There's no judgment here. I don't mean you're dating all of them. I could say how you like to see the girls here. I didn't ask about your particular girl here.
No, she.
Girl.
She. Let me stop. Let me stop. I've been a fan of it all. I would say at first, when you're young, you don't really understand what weaves are. You don't understand textures. You don't understand what it is. So at moments in time, like, you was happy when a girl was just laying on your chest, but then sometimes like the weaves be itching, so you just like, is this supposed to be like this? Yeah, like, you know, but my thing is she young too, so how am I supposed to? So as you get older, you start to understand the processes of it.
You just put something out, some lotion, and just
like when Cat Williams was like, I got silk sheets, you know what I'm saying, for the women when they lay down. You start to understand these things, but I love women with natural hair or women with the frontals is a vibe. Like, yo, whatever makes you like feel like the essence of you, I'm for it.
You know what I like about what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
So my salon is called Essence of Beauty, right? Yeah. Because I believe the hair brings out the essence in that female.
100%.
And you just brought it right. Listen, we're vibing, man.
No, we're the same frequency.
No, we are vibing.
For sure.
Because the hair does. So us as female, we like to change our hair.
Yes.
We have different personality, and the great thing about it is, let me just tell you the great thing about it. Tonight you came home and you have Claudette. You may have Suzette next week.
No, listen.
Or Jennifer. There's no need to do anything else. See?
But
all in one person.
I've seen it. I've seen the challenge. They had the DMS, like Keisha, so, and the girls having the different hairstyles. And but I love the art of it. I think the creativity of it as well. I just think that naturally at times, I love when a woman gets in her bag and she finds the look for her. The essence of her.
Because like, it makes them it's different.
It does. It really does, though. Like, so, it's tough because on a surface level, I love it, what it naturally means. But naturally, it still affects me just from like a psychological standpoint of just like the way they are when they don't have it. Like, to me, it's kind of like, yo, I see you as a queen with the Meek Mills and all with the front. You know what I'm saying? But she may not see it that way.
Time out. Now, what is the Meek Mills?
The Meek Mills is the cornrows that's under the wig. You know? That's the Meeks. That's the Meeks. You know what I'm saying? Those the Meek Millies. You know what I'm saying?
But at least she have hair to cornrow, though.
No, but the thing is, even if she got the Caesar, even if you got the taper, there's no. To me, I just love the fact of like, I love women. Like, I love that. I really love women in the essence of them through. But I even love them even more when they love themselves. But when society standards make them feel like they don't love themselves, that bothers me. So what I'm saying is simply like, yo, I'm in it. So if the front will make you feel like you Kim K or whoever or Lauryn Hill, beautiful. If you want Lockie, you want beautiful.
As a hairstylist,
just be in your bag, whatever you like. You like it, I love it.
As a hairstylist, I want to tell you, you're one of my favorite guests. Guy guests. One of, no offense, let's not start no debate. One of. You know why?
She said? Stop playing.
She said, I said one of. Because I love a man that knows how to appreciate women. Period. Women, and learn that it's not about what I'm wearing. And it's not about what's on my head. It's about what my essence is.
Yes,
who I am.
true.
You speak to a man most men that's dating a female, and you say, what is the essence of the female you're dating? They look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, why are you actually dating them? If you go deep and dive into, you know, which I want to have this conversation, a relationship conversation, but that's for another time. If we go deep and dive into why some men date certain female, the female probably would leave them.
Yeah.
Because it's not for the essence of it.
It's not, but
who I am.
Which is very true, but then I also ask myself what allowed me to get to the formula to discover that. And how much work it took to get there. And also who sacrificed to allow me to have the space to do that.
So let me ask you that question. How did you get there? Who sacrificed to bring you there?
I feel like, I have hardworking parents that have allowed me and given me a platform where I didn't have to go out and have to like look for a meal. I didn't have to wonder where my next clothes were coming from. I didn't have to, so I didn't walk around with the survival genes just on my back. So I was able to analyze and build my emotional intelligence to a certain level because I wasn't in a space of survival. The people that I know that started with survival, it's hard to get rid of that. And 9 times out of 10, after survival, the next generation gets that. So I can see what they're trying to do for their kids. My parents were in a beautiful situation where they were allowed that to do that for me.
For you.
So and it's a process. I think it's just a process of just trying to understand it. But my biggest thing I realized too, it starts with you from a man's standpoint.
It starts with you.
Once you understand the essence of you and how you do love yourself and what you bring, and just the integrity that you have as a man, especially a black man or a melanated man in this world, and that we are kings, then naturally you're going to see the woman that you spend your energy with as a queen. But it's a process, because trust me, my fuckboy shit be hot. Like I've done it. Like I'm in it. I've made mistakes. I've I've done the gala stuff. I've done a lot of things. But as I get older, I've realized that you're not perfect. But listen and be present. If you listen and be present,
oh wait,
you're able to see.
Time out. Can you please say that again?
Nah, listen and be present.
So to our male that's listening, please listen to the female. And I say female too, so let's not just say the
I want to say that because it's a two-way
to listen to each other.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I think that's a part of the issue. We're not listening. No. Sometimes you hear what I'm saying, but you're not listening to actually.
Comprehending it. You're not processing it.
Yeah. Listening, hearing, and listening. It's two different.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
Completely two different things. I've been in situations where it's like, and I do this now, and like they're like, "Why are you so quiet?" I'm like, "I'm processing what you said." Before we used to speak, and like literally, once you're finished speaking, like if you gave me 5 minutes of knowledge, and then I have a rebuttal in 1 second, then naturally that last minute I didn't listen to anything you had to really say because I can't just. Nobody's brain feeds back that fast.
We're gonna be here all day.
So now I've learned that like you have to take that time to process it. And also, I've also learned that when you take that time to process it, you save time because you're able to have the conversation about what it is, not the fluff. Too much conversation to fluff. It's the, I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to say this, to say this, to say that. And I've had problems with that too in my life, honestly, because, and not to generalize, it's hard to tell women no in certain spaces. They don't like to always internalize certain type of, just like, I don't want to do that. I say no to that. And how they view it sometimes is like, if I say it in a different way, then maybe we can change the no. And when you're really strong and you're real superior man energy, a no is a no.
And I feel like the same way too with men.
Yes.
See, I feel the same way too. Like, you know, if you speak to some female, they may say some men are the same way. So how do we bridge that gap where we get to a point where we understand? I think, answer this question, then I have a question.
How do we get there? I'll start by saying, truthfully, I don't know. One thing that I've seen that's helped us get there is the conversation, truthful conversation amongst the different genders. But the other thing I would say is that true acknowledgement of the pain. A lot of true acknowledgement of the pain. A lot of relationships that I've seen, even been a part, have been void filling. Yeah. Have been trauma bonding. Have been just like FOMO, fear of missing out on something.
Right.
Fear of.
I like that,
FOMO. Yeah, just fear. So when we get to the space of like, are we really picking partners and people we want to build with, or somebody that's going to occupy our time, enable us, just so we can get to our next step in life that we think is going to fulfill us? Well,
this is a perfect segue to this question. So if that's the case, what exactly do you think love is? And I'm going to ask it to you in a two-phase.
Okay.
What do you think love is from your perspective, or from, I would say, yeah, you as a poet, how would you differentiate, not differentiate, but what would you say love is? And then what would you say true love is? Is there a difference?
Naturally, every time I hear love is, I think about that John Cure song, but I'm not going to deflect and answer the question. To me, I'll start with true love. I was reading this book, Power versus Force, and it's just the standard of like life, of enlightenment. And love is the second highest frequency next to enlightenment. I may be misquoting, but I'll go back there. If not, we'll fact check it. But to me, true love is understanding the essence of God's creation and realizing that I have no ownership, nor do I have any say in what it has or what it's doing on earth.
Facts.
I'm just here to experience that while they experience me. To me, that's true love. And I feel like that with just the earth itself. That's from the seed going into a ground, the sun to us. Like, it's just a true energy of the sun every day will feed me what I need. And it's earth purpose, and I'm earth purpose, and we'll get to where we need to. Love within the flesh, I would say, it's a connection, it's a vibe, it's an entity. And I know that may sound, no. It's an entity. I feel like it's how much stock, how much time, emotion, energy, with a tad bit of superficial society, important things with Disney movies and Instagram, Shade Room, and what celebrities get, and you just put it together and you say, can I give you enough to what you need to want to see me enough for the rest of your life? And that's how I take it.
That's how you take it.
And some people look at that like, wow, that could be shallow. Some people look at it like, yeah, is that too much to ask for?
Perspective, right?
Yeah, perspective.
But I'll ask this though: do you think in this society we as a people understand true love though? What love really is?
No, I don't think it's. Honestly, I think it's almost impossible to understand it because just off how we treat ourselves and treat the earth,
self-love,
it's impossible to know what we really understand it. Because if we loved ourselves the way we're supposed to, we wouldn't treat people that way or the earth the way we do. And because we do that, it's a pure reflection of hurt people, and we all hurt. So.
It's funny you said that, my brother. I had that conversation earlier with, that sometimes in life we may see people going through stuff. Yeah. And I think true love comes in when you first love yourself. Yes. And first understanding that you're created out of love. And once you understand that you're created out of love, and, I have to love you for who you are. I have to love you for who you present to me right now, right? So for me, that it's a work in progress for me. I'm not always 100% there, let's be honest. We all are a work in progress. And I'm working on some things. So, I am a work in progress. I always say don't trip. I heard that from Steve Harvey, right? God ain't true with me yet. 100%. I'm a work in progress. I'm that painting that's always added to, and the painter may take a couple pieces off and add a couple pieces more, but that's me. And I think for me, what I got from you tonight, and I thank you for this conversation too, because it's a necessary conversation for us to have. And I like to hear it from a young person like you that is traveling, and a male too, a black man, that could say, we're all searching and understanding what true love is. So I that's what I got from that, and I'm grateful and I thank you for that. So I'm still gonna ask you, even though you have 50 million, give me another one of your favorite quotes. You're gonna give me that every 10 seconds, because I just. And if you feel like not giving me a quote, give me a quote and a poet. I got it.
I'll say my favorite quote right now. I just wrote a popular poem like 2 weeks ago. My 20s left me like Ginobili. Because it's just
why?
It's my 20s just went by. So basically, okay, I'll go to full. My 20s left me like Ginobili while ovulating uterus scolded me.
That's a good one.
Because
that's a good one.
I feel like it's just at a space where I feel like I've had attachment issues and commitment issues at times in the past, to be honest. Some of it stems from just like things that haven't healed yet. And how as you get older, you start to evolve and grow within your craft, as you start to encounter the opposite sex, there's situations where they're kind of like, all right, so what's up? What we doing? What we on? Like, you look like you could be a good match. And I'm just kind of like, whoa, I don't know if I'm there yet. And I feel like at times you kind of get the, like, they like, well, I'm ovulating, let's go. Like, when is you ready? When are you on this? Like, when would you be ready? And I'm just kind of, and it's not that blatant, but
I get it.
As you start to go, you start to realize that. And I understand it's a real thing, but it's just, I feel like I can feel that uterus is scolding me. Like you have no business planting seeds here, so what you doing?
Right.
And I think that's something that's been like on my mind.
But as I said before, I could see the growth. And I'm glad actually you're taking the time to realize where you need to be.
Yeah.
And where you need to be planting your seeds.
Yes.
Because I think a part of the problem in the society today is that we're not taking the time to figure us out.
Yes.
And to make sure that what our situations that we're in is the right situations for us.
Very true.
It could be a job, it could be a relationship, whatever it is. You know, it's okay to say, this is not working for me right now.
Yes.
You've had friendship. It's okay to say to these friends, you know what, this is not feeding my spirit right now.
Very true.
I'm on a spiritual journey right now. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people that I know may not be going to this journey with me. It's a journey that I have to take by myself.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand that? No. But your truth is your truth.
Yes.
Your path is your path. And nobody else will walk it but you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you another question. From a male's perspective, right?
Yeah.
What would you say in today's society is the hardest thing in a relationship? I just want to ask a relationship question. I don't know why.
For me, what I feel like the hardest thing in relationships from a male's perspective, what we touched on earlier, I said communication and comprehension.
Yep.
A lot of things get taken out of context, are either passive aggressive or are misunderstood. And then with that, so much is built upon that in actual actions or mind that I think takes it to a left field. I think it's really important to be like, okay, I know what I said, but what did you take from that? Like, what did you comprehend from that? And then, when I started to do that, I was like, no, that's not what I meant. And you start to realize that, like, everybody's words don't ring the same.
No.
And then we don't fully understand people's triggers, especially if they don't know it's a trigger. So once you say one word, they may shut down, and they don't hear everything you say after that. All they heard was that one word.
Yep.
So I think it's extremely important. But it's like, who has the time, or some people have the emotional intelligence to understand that? And I think we just got to get higher on being emotionally intelligent with each other.
What advice would you give to a young person today? I like to give advice to our young people, and I think you're sitting in a nice position to do so. Mm-hmm. Our youth coming up, what advice would you give to them? Or, in other words, do that first.
This may sound so corny,
no,
but
okay.
the sun will come out tomorrow, my nigga. Like, for real. Like really, there's moments and times I think about just being young, and the littlest things I felt like it was all over. Like, if it was a school thing, and mistakes are meant to be are meant to happen. It's just tough sometimes, especially being a younger or minority. Scrap minority. I hate the word. I'm sorry. I'm moving from my vocabulary. Right. A younger, melanated people, especially in a society where some of those mistakes may shape you forever.
Yeah.
So I understand the pressure of it. Mm-hmm. But don't get caught up in being perfect. There's no such thing. Mm-hmm. Like, love the process, trust the process, and really try to figure out what you're trying to do. And it's okay to be weird. Weird doesn't exist. Being weird is just reminding fleshly people that you are human, that you have a soul. Understand what that is, because I've learned 9 times out of 10, your weirdness will lead you to your purpose.
Hey, your weirdness will lead you to your purpose. And that to me is a good nugget. But what would you tell your younger self? Based on your experiences, what would you say to your younger self? Now, what would you look at your younger self and say? Let us see, though.
Dang. I'm going to say the truth because it came there. Everybody's not going to be here forever. I think that, like, when you're young, you really, you cement, this whole, what your life is going to be in your car. Like, you kind of just create this timeline. And then, you realize that, not everybody's going to be here forever. So, certain grudges, certain things that are on you or you want to get, you got to ask some questions now. Those experiences, embody those now because, everybody's on borrowed time. And I wrote this in a poem too that, it may never come out, we'll see what happens, but it's just kind of like, we're scared of our brothers and sisters because they don't know if they're ours to keep. Because at any given moment, God could call their number. And I think that's the thing that resonates with me more than ever now. Yeah.
I want to say thank you. This is an amazing conversation. That question right there, the way you answered it was very powerful. Because I think if most people listen to that, most people listening, if we listen to that and actually understood what you just said, I think we'll be in a better place, even for ourselves. Ask the question you want to ask now.
Yeah.
Forgive the people you need to forgive now. Yeah. Say I love you to the people I want to say that you want to say now. And that's what I took from it. So thank you for that. All right, on a happier note. So where are we touring now? Tell me about your tour and your experiences. What are we doing? Let's get it up there a little bit. What cities are you going to? Where can I go see you? All of that.
Right now we just finished it. We're working on the international one to see what happens with COVID and opening up. Just probably just a 5-city clip just to see what's going to hit for.
Country.
Nah, I won't know. Probably just hit up Europe or hit up. Honestly, I want to go to Africa. I want to hit Africa. Like me personally, I want to say a poem. I want to say a poem like right by the Nile River, by the pyramids. Like, yo, send me to the people. Send me to the motherland. Like, even if they don't understand me, they gonna understand me. Like, that's how I feel. Like, they gonna understand me. Like, but right now, I think I'll be home for a little bit. I'm trying to work and find a venue where I've been working on some new stuff that I want to put on the show. Probably in the city. I might be in the Bronx. I'll see. But I want to put on the show. Like, just give. I know I've been gone for a long time, and a lot of people.
Yeah, we need
back.
Something.
Yeah, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, can we tap in? We weren't allowed to do a date with the tour here for other reasons that had a lot to do with just the city and just like numbers wise and what it was gonna allow. But I just felt like this the city that allowed me to talk my shit. They've given me the space to listen to me. They've allowed me to grow, to evolve, to go through my pains, my trials, my tribulations, and they've loved me the same. And I naturally just want to give them my art first, the new stuff I got first, and give that energy. So I'm working on that. Hopefully by the end of October, I can get that going. Probably early November, and then 2022. We gonna get a project out by the end of the year for sure. So check the iTunes. 2022, we talking like at least we're gonna have a script done. We're gonna have another project in the book for sure, and that's just with me. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen with everything else. So.
Well, I may have a date for you, but I can't say it now.
Okay.
So I'll say it off here.
Right.
So, but I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this process
Sure.
and a part of your growth. And don't forget to invite me. Don't forget the little people. Don't forget me.
I'll say this. And just from the last point, I had a conversation with one of my best friends, and it honestly made me tear up because I was chasing the goal so much that I got blinded by all the moments I was missing. And she says, like, yo, we all love you, we care for you, but don't forget to give people their moment.
Yeah.
And that's what resonates to that last answer too, where it's like, you never know when it's that last joyful moment you have with somebody. It may not be the moment the last time you've seen them, but the moment that if they're not here no more, you can reminisce and say, yo, I remember that day that we did this.
Yes.
And it made me kind of just look back and say, yo, like, the goal and the grind is necessary, but sometimes, like, that Kobe block everybody off, don't do nothing, may not be for everybody. Like, love your loved ones while still trying to do what you want to do. Right. It may take a little bit longer to get there.
It's not a lot of room.
But understand, once you get there, the people that are going to be in the room are still going to love you for more frequent moments and not moments that were before that they didn't get to experience with you now.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be in the room. And I know I'll be in the other rooms.
Yes.
And I'll
thank
be
you
in the
for
solo room. Well, you're welcome. And I definitely want to have more conversation with you. I actually want to invite you to a relationship conversation I'm going to have.
Okay. Because
I know you'll be perfect for this. So, we're going to be talking. If you're in town and not on your world tour, we're going to have another sit-down relationship conversation. So I would like to invite you to that. But for my guests and everyone watching, where can they find your stuff? Can they find you? What's your contact information?
All right. Well, the number is going to take a little bit more finesse for that. But
okay. IG.
Instagram. The irony is that, like, actually, I put my number in my book. I've had conversation with tons of people just in the space of sometimes you need somebody to talk to, and
yes.
and sometimes it needs to be somebody you just don't know.
And it's okay.
And it's okay to express that.
It's okay.
On my IG is Cito Blanko. It's CITO BLANKO, like a knockout. And that's on that's my YouTube channel, that's my Twitter, that's my TikTok. I don't really use Facebook that much. And yeah, everything is Cito Blanko. 98 cents is on Amazon and CitoBlanko.com. And every project that will come out will be on under Cito Blanko. And yeah, the merch, everything is on my website. And look out. I got, trust me. I told myself the other day, if I put out everything that's in my phone, then my life will change.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to predict that your life will be changing soon because you're going to put out 99.9% of what's in your phone. I think that you don't even need to put everything out in your phone for your life to change greatly.
That's
because
true.
you're about to do this world tour. You're about to be at the River Nile saying your poem, and your life is going to change. And most importantly, too, than changing your life, you will be changing somebody else's life, which in turn change another person's life. So, it's a circle.
Yeah.
So thanks for being a part of my circle.
Sure.
Thank you for being in my room and allowing me to be in your room. Thank you for coming. This was a pleasure. We could chat all day.
No, it was a good
But
conversation.
this was great.
Yeah,
Cito, thank you.
No, for sure.
Thanks for being the best part of EOB Salon Talk.
Peace out.
Cheers.